Hi, I copied your emails into a text file so I could just read it right here with you, because I'm kind of sure but not sure exactly what you mean by this. Obviously, I can find the Cirrus logo. See where I'm highlighting it here? And you wanted me to answer this. I'm still confused as to how to not have it grouped to the logo to its left. Now, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by to its left, other than let me click here, other than the actual words SiriusXM, okay? And so you're talking, I think, about the grouping here on these three items. So what I want to do is to show you where that is, if this is indeed the case. When I marquee those three items, yes, I get the logo involved in it, but look over here in the layer palette. I'm going to make that bigger, I'm sorry. I'm going to make it larger so you can see it. Look over here in the layer palette how I can come into the logo right here and just temporarily, right there, lock it up. So now I can just marquee those top items right there. Now I think this is what you're talking about. I'm going to group those three bars. Okay. Now really all I have, there's two ways to copy it. You can hold Command Option, click on it, then hold Shift and drag it down like this, and then all we have to do is just reverse it. Okay, just hit the E key and go up like this, and you can see how I can place it right down here and just eyeball it to fit perfectly. See that? Okay, that's how I could do it that time, but let me delete that out. The second way is to take the group and to drag it to the new layer icon. Now click one of them, probably the top one, hit the E key, which is the transform tool, place your cursor in here anywhere and hold the Shift key and just go down like this. Now all we have to do is just grab this bounding box and just go up. Now there's another way to actually accurately flip it. Okay, you see over here in the tool palette how you have this rotate tool? Well, there's also inside the rotate tool, there's the reflect tool. Now all I have to do is double click it, and then I can bring this over here and I can say to flip on the horizontal right here. So I'm going to say OK, and you can see how I did that. Now I can hit the E key or the A key and just move this up in position, and now it's perfectly aligned, and I held the Shift key when I did that. So I think that's what you were talking about. Now the logo to its left would be this logo to its left, and I'm not exactly sure how that has anything to do with the Cirrus logo. Now, so you have to let me know if I answer that question, okay? And then you can go over that movie. Now I'm down here and I'm going to go to your next one because again I'm not exactly understanding. So you say, so the wire emblem, not sure how to get the pen tool not to leave a bar when placing anchor points. Not exactly 100% sure. Let me go back to that so I can read it. I think what you're meaning is the wire emblem might be this back area right here. Now I'm gonna click this because I can see this was the last one you were working on. So I'm gonna take that right here, and I'm going to see all these items right here. Let me turn them all off in the layer palette. So okay, you even have that one right here. So there's actually two of those. So I'm going to move that one down in the layer palette to have all the items together just to make it convenient for me. Okay, now all I have to do, okay, and I know this wasn't your question, was to select by holding the Shift key all of these circles over here in the layer palette. It's easier than trying to marquee everything here. Now I can actually group that. Okay, now I can, and I'm just going to move it out of the way so I can show you that I'm going to hold the Shift key and shrink it. Okay, so I'm holding the Shift key and I'm in the transform tool. That's the E key. Now if I hold the Shift key, I can again shrink it and keep its proportion, and then hold with the E key, you can hold your cursor way out here and turn that. Now I can just grab it anywhere, not on that center pivot, but just grab it anywhere and just place it in there. Then I can shrink it some more by holding the Shift key. Now I'll move it away just so I can see everything. Look, I'm angling it a little bit better, and then again I'm going to move my E key cursor, the transform tool cursor, inside, and you can see how well I've got that done. Now, so I don't click on it, I should lock it, because I don't want to add any more points to this thing. So if it's locked, there's no way to click on it, right? So if I take now the P key, I can make a stroke here. Now I'm going to just flip. You see that there's a color in the fill, not the stroke. I'm going to flip it so there's a color, even though it's a gradient, there's a color in the stroke, not the fill. And then I'm going to see what one point is. But this one starts out right here. See? And then I'm going to go all the way to here, somewhere about right here, and pull. See that? Now I'm going to come down here, and I will add a point right here. I'm not exactly, there's so many ways to do this, but now you can see I have to actually shorten this one, but I'm going to do it in a minute. Now I'll come over here and do this one and pull. This is just like the path assignment, right? And then go over here and pull. Now, all I have to do is take the direct selection tool, click on that one, and you can see how I can kind of edit that. So now I can grab with the direct select tool all of my anchor points. Now you see how I have the stroke right here in front. The stroke is in front of that object, all right? So, and I want the gradient actually to go the other way. So I think if I go to the gradient palette here, I can actually put this in here as a positive number, and then that should turn. Yeah, that went the other way. So this is the angle thing here that controls the gradient on a stroke. Okay, see where the path is in the layer palette? Watch how I just grab it in a negative area here and move it down below the group. Not in the group, okay, not in the group, but below the group, and now it's below. So I hope that helped. I'm thinking that's what you were talking about. And I'm thinking when you said to add a pen point, let me go back to this. I'm thinking when you said not sure how to get the pen tool not to leave a bar when placing anchor points. Not exactly sure what you mean by a bar, but I think the bar might be what you're talking about. And let me grab the pen tool again and pretend. Is this what you're talking about, the handlebar? Because the handlebars are, well, you know the handlebars are necessary, right, when you click and pull. So I'm going to delete that out twice just so it's gone. But let me know if I answered your questions. Thanks.